Welcome to the Golf Locker Room. Welcome to the Golf Locker Room. What up, Trish, Miss Clark's Golf Life?
What's up, fam? What's up, fam? How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, man, we back again. We back again. What's up? Let me give you some air horns, too. Big Sif.
What's up, Manny and Trish? Hope all is well, man, in your respective areas.
Everything is doing good. I can't complain. We're moving and grooving.
Everything's
It's a
on the
little
up and up.
cooler. Come on now. We are living, we're golfing. We get to spread some of this gospel and get more of our people involved. I got a little soliloquy I'm going to go into, but I'm going to do it after I hear about Miss Clark's Golf Life. What you got new? Big golf weekend. Something like that's cracking.
Yeah, so we got the big golf weekend. Been posting it out there on Facebook, all social media, on the Instagram. It's a great event coming up October 21st through the 23rd. We rock out a meet and greet. We rock out a scramble. That night at the resort, we have a really great, we have a fun time. We do a 90s get down where, you can come out and dress in your 90s, but it's like legit, it's a whole party. And then Sunday we have a big skins game, and we do it all in the name of, so we do a charity event for breast cancer awareness, and it's just a good time. We got some folks. I got some folks coming in from like Cali, Texas, some Chicago folks, Wisconsin. So we got folks from like the BGA that's like coming through, and I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah, that's dope. I seen the pictures last year. You had guys seem like you had a great time. It's a big time event. And, we're going to keep pumping it up. And you do a great job doing that with your partners. Big Sif, what's going on, brother? Uh-oh. Think he's frozen. All right. There we go. Big Sif, what's going on, brother? Tell us something new.
Not much, man. Sitting here in the 28144. We've got the President's Cup. It's in town this week, and it's been popping since last Saturday, man. People from all around the world have been coming in just to watch this display on a tremendous golf course, man. And I heard earlier today they were Jack Nicklaus was giving Big Charlie Senior some flowers, man. So that was some good stuff, man. So Charlotte is popping this weekend, man. So if you get a chance, turn on the tube and check us out, man.
Oh, definitely. Quail Hollow, a great course. Have you ever played that course, Sif? I see his internet is going in and out. I see the bars.
Yeah, I played Quail a couple of times, man. It is a true test of golf. You have to be precise. It's a precision. It's a precision golf course. That's why all the guys on the tour love to come to Quail Hollow and play, because it's a true test. You got the President's Cup there, and then you have the PGA championship there. That lets you know all you need to know about how great the golf course is. Harold's a member there now.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice. I
Yeah.
know they were saying It's 100,000 to join and 800 a month on fees. And it seemed like a lot to people, but that's kind of the normal for a club of that stature. That's like Riviera. If you can even get an invite, it's probably like 250. You know, LA Country Club, where the US Open is gonna be, you ain't getting an invite there. They don't even let Hollywood people go. That's rich. They don't even, so 100,000 to join. And I even think that's nice. That's nice. We're gonna root for American golf. I think the Americans is gonna do a great job, and they should have an assured victory because the international team has been a little depleted since Live. I personally believe the international cats that went to Live should have been able to play. Would have been a better President Cup, just for me. But it's a
Yeah.
PGA sanctioned event, and so they have to go by the PGA rules. So it is what it is. It's still going to be good. I'm going to tune in as much as I can and go American golf. Let's go. Let's go. Um,
Yes, yes.
we have, and we always talk in the chat rooms and stuff about junior golf. We talk about junior golf. We talk more about junior golf. And I know for our podcast, we're going to start. We haven't done a disservice, but I don't think and you guys can agree or tweak what I'm going to say. I don't think we've categorized the different levels of the journey of junior golf. And if we don't categorize the different journeys, how can we dig down deep and help each individual stage? Because I believe there's stages, right? And I think some people convolute certain stages, like the intro stage or the instruction stage with the elite stage. And then you get people arguing about two totally different aspects of junior golf. And
Right.
they probably
Mhm.
will probably all agree on probably every aspects, but it gets convoluted, I think, in the journey of junior golf. So today, I think we're going to try to have four different categories in the journey of junior golf. And everybody's passion and heart may want to go into one of those sections of junior golf. So, my first section to me is awareness. Getting parents, getting children to think golf is cool, to normalize golf, because that's your pool where you're going to pick from. And if more parents and more kids think it's normal and think it's cool, and parents think it's a nice gateway to college or a gateway to just a better life and a better set of hobbies, as i.e., violin, piano. I did piano recitals for years. Went to the USC School of Music from the age of 8 till about 12. And it wasn't that I was going to be a great pianist. It was my mom wanted me to have, and dad wanted me to have a few hobbies and some talents. Whether I used those talents to make money or I didn't, it was still going to be part of my upbringing. I think golf is like that. I think parents should have some more awareness. So we're going to call that the awareness piece. How do we get parents? How do we get kids to normalize golf and to grow the pool so we can start pulling from a pool? That's number one. Number two is introduction to golf. Once we have the awareness, now we want to introduce the children to golf in a very not direct way, but a disciplined way. I think, i.e., like the first tee and other different programs that's out there will get to. I think that's in more introductions to golf. And then you have the junior tournaments and some of the junior tournaments, and we're going to be able to bring in. We lost Trish, but she'll be back. Um, that should be instruction. So we have an awareness of golf, and then we have some introduction, which is the first tee and other programs, and then now we have instruction where the kids actually go out and play tournaments, like 9-hole tournaments or different aspects of tournament play.
Right.
And then you're on to the fourth stage, elite level golf. That's, you're about 14, 15, and now you're seriously thinking, I want a scholarship or I want to take this further in my life than just as a hobby. And I think if we break that journey, because it's all still one journey, but I think if we break down that journey, we can better dig down and fund each one of those spots on the journey and not convolute the whole junior golf conversation. So if somebody's like elite level golfers need to have their own nutritionist, their own coach, special uh, country club privileges, I can agree with that at an elite level, and funding and support can go there. But if someone is trying to convolute that elite level position with introduction, then they're going to butt heads, because it's hard to tell someone that's getting introduced to golf you need a nutritionist and you need to go buy clubs and you need to be fitted and all that. So I just
Right.
want the journey to be cut up into maybe 4 parts so everybody's heart can dig down into one specific section or all the sections of a junior golfer's journey. What you say, Sif? Because you've been involved in the game and you've been involved with family, and what's your ideas? Because we always have this conversation.
Can you hear me, man?
Now I can.
All right. First of all, man, I think you're absolutely right. Um, Breaking those segments up into pieces, because a lot of times, um, what parents tend to do is they tend to assess their own child and put that child in a position where they shouldn't be, or put that child in a position where they're not getting the child is has superior talent, and they're putting that child in a position where they're not um, giving him the competition that he or she needs. And so I agree 100% with the awareness piece, because I think a lot of times when people morph into this game, especially young people, nation of where their child is and needs to be. Did you lose me?
A little bit, but you're back. You're good.
Where they need to be. And so we've seen it as well. We've seen kids who or parents who think their child is an elite level golfer and they want support, financial support. And just by us being around the game for an extended period of time, we recognize that that child is not there yet, or that child may not have that ability to solicit funds from other people, um, and it takes away from that elite level golfer. So to your point, I agree 100% that we need to break these things down into segments, because if not, man, they morph together. Now you've got a war between coaches, and then some of these coaches are in place having the best thing to make a living. So I think assessment on all four segments that you just discussed is very, very important. Assessment.
Assessments. And that's just what I came up with, because I just really want all aspects, because I think all four are important, and everybody has something in their heart they may want to focus on, if not the whole journey. Some people might want to focus on awareness and do different little things to bring awareness to parents, because we need a pool. We can't keep fighting over the same 40 golfers for every tournament. We need more
Well,
golfers. We want
but
more
here's the thing though, man. You're absolutely right. So now my thing is some of these people they get the bullet and create a developmental stage, a farm league, if you will, and just say, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to start out with the incubator. And I may not get all the accolades and the bows, but I'm going to start here and try to develop and cultivate the talent so I can pass it on to the next level. But you're absolutely right. People are fighting over the top 40 golfers. I mean, they can't be everywhere.
That's true. That's true. Well, luckily, we have some great junior golf uh, foundation that's been putting in the work for years, and maybe they'll chime in and see if we're heading in the right direction with our thought process. we have the T Divas and the T Dudes Golf Club. It's a junior program and foundation. And I'm just going to read a little bit of information so the viewers can understand exactly what they do. T Divas and T Dudes Golf Club. The T Divas and T Dudes Golf Club was started in 1996 in Los Angeles by Doris LaCure, retired LA County Sheriff with a deputy sheriff with a mission to serve our communities and bring people together, women, men, and juniors to learn, play, and enjoy the game of golf. They have membership. T Divas and T Dudes is a Los Angeles-based club with over 70 adults and 40 junior members. More than 21 families are involved in and support the T Divas and T Dudes Junior program. T Divas and T Dudes Junior Golf Program. The T Divas and T Dudes Junior Golf Program provides junior members with opportunities for training and coaching, casual tournament play, college prep, and of course, scholarships. T Divas and T Dudes Foundation. The T Divas and T Dudes Foundation was established in 2022. The foundation's mission is to develop and support junior golfers and their families in underserved areas of Los Angeles and South LA. The foundation aims to help juniors and the community by bringing the rewards and opportunities of golf that golf offers and expanding educational scholarships for our junior members. T Divas also are they have partners and they're partnering up with the SCGA with they're partners up with the SCGA and I think I hear some sirens back in there. Sip, don't get arrested on me.
My
They
bad.
They partners with the SCGA, the Western States Golf Association, WSGA, the Advocates Pro Golf Association, the APGA, the Cam Champs Foundation, and other leading golf organizations to support their mission. So we're blessed we're lucky to have this great foundation and this great mission, and they can somehow, or they will expand. I still hear the sirens, brother. They can expand on what we've been talking about. Plus, tell us about their mission and all the great work they've done. So, without any further ado, we're going to start bringing them on. We're going to have a little intermission music while we bring them on.
Denied.
Okay, we're not going to deny them because we want them to come on. Let's roll. All right, you guys. All right. We do have the T Dudes Foundation and Junior Program live in the house. All right. So we are so lucky to have you guys. We lost Trish, but she'll be back. Internet, I think it's a storm going through Florida. She's out of Tampa, so that weather's crazy. Four of us, I think, we in Cali, so we chilling. You know, our weather's good right now. It's about 75, 79 out here where I'm at in Santa Clarita. Big Siff is in North Carolina, and he had sirens and maybe some stuff going on, but he's in the house too. Welcome, and introduce yourselves to the audience. We'll start with Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny Bethune, and I'm the junior golf chairperson for the T Divas and T Dudes. Can
Nice.
you hear me?
Very well, very well, very
Okay,
well.
okay.
Big Chris, tell us about yourself, brother.
How you doing? Good evening, everybody. My name is Chris Guyton. I am the vice president of T Divas, T Dudes, and the CEO for the foundation.
Nice. Let's give you a hand, and let's give you a few air horns. I'm just going across in no particular order. Who am I gonna? You're muted. Yeah, we'll go with Eloise. How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. Thank you.
Great, great. I'm Elois McGee, and I am the president of the wonderful T Divas and T Dudes Golf
Oh,
Club.
good. We saved the best for last. Let's give you up. Nice, nice, nice. And Saleha Davis, am I pronouncing it right?
Sela.
Sela.
Yes, Sela Davis.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. We're good.
Well, my name
What
is Sela Davis. I'm sorry. I'm actually a junior parent. My daughter has been a junior member of the T Divas and T Dudes for about 4 years now.
Uh-oh, you in the trenches. Nice, nice. We always like to hear from parents that's in the trenches. Let's give you definitely some air horns. And so if you could hear, we had a little conversation how we kind of try to break the junior journey down. There's no right or wrong way, but we're trying to have more communication, nothing set in stone, on how we can help our juniors get through the full journey, whether they just stop at a hobby or whether they want to go on to college or whether they want to go on to the mini tours and the big tours and so on and so forth. And Jenny, and I'm sure all of you guys, I've heard many conversations in this junior space, and we have a lot, and you guys are going to tell us a lot of stuff because you guys, Jenny, you've been on a world tour of junior golf this summer. Let me tell you, I've seen you everywhere. And so junior golf is thriving and things are happening, and I just think it behooves us to be as disciplined and straightforward as possible on how we do this journey. And you guys are in the grind, in the trenches, and doing the hard work. Me and Sif, we just talking, but y'all are doing the hard work every day and making it happen. So any one of you guys, just tell us about your junior foundation, how it started, and what's your mission?
Chris?
I knew that was coming. First off, listening to the conversation in the beginning with the awareness part that you were speaking about, Jenny Bethune has been doing an absolutely excellent job at making sure our juniors are out there, so people are definitely aware that we are participating in the situation with our community and introducing the kids to golf and getting them in the right places and the right situations to continue on. So with the foundation, the idea and coming up with the foundation is about being able to support the juniors. Being that we're growing at this particular point so fast, wow, we got to be able to sustain that some kind of way, financially, most importantly, not to necessarily give away money, but to make sure we can support our juniors with the golf lessons that they should be getting and the possibility for scholarships. So with the fact that we have so many juniors and it's definitely popular and we need to make moves, we decided instead of trying to work with other organizations and raising money and funds, we decided, well, why can't we just start our own 501c3 to support our own program and our own juniors? So that's how it came about. So the main mission is basically to bring more awareness and liveliness to the community and the parents, to let you guys know that you have other options besides the traditional Black sports of football and basketball. And I'm from the football era, but I tried to get my sons to play golf, like leave that other stuff alone. This is longevity. So that's the mission, to basically do all we can to make sure we support our juniors. And if they do so choose to go on to the next level and play golf, then we can support that as well, because we know everybody's not going to do it. It's going to be a hobby for someone, but at the same time, we can still support our community and give them a different option from the same old same.
I love that. Let's give you some. And that's just a reasonable, sensible mission to direct our youth in many different ways other than the traditional ways. Because and you know this, all of you guys know this, golf is going to stay with them longer than anything else.
Exactly.
It's going to serve them into their seniors, into retirement, where football and basketball you just can't sustain that level of activity the older you get. You can't
Well,
take
maybe we should. I'm sorry to cut you off. Maybe we should promote it more so as a lifestyle, because it's actually
Come
a
on now.
lifestyle.
Come
Yeah.
on, come on. And that's why we want to bring you guys on to get different ideas on how to promote this game and get more. Like I said, we need a bigger pool because it is popular, but I would like the pool to have some color in it. So many other people think it's so important. How come we don't think it's so important? We know better. We know it's important, but we got to get that messaging out there.
Can I piggyback on that a little bit?
Sure. Please.
I'm a retired educator, high school administrator, and I worked at 4 high schools in Los Angeles Unified School District, and 3 of the 4 had golf teams, but no children of color were on any of those golf teams. And it was difficult to get the kids to see golf as a sport because, of course, we were competing with basketball, football, and so on. And the other part of it was finding a staff member that could be in charge of the golf team and provide that training. So this heightened awareness that we're seeing now with juniors hopefully will translate into the school system, and we can start growing some golfers in the school system too.
That is from your lips to God's ears, because we're all preaching to the choir because you guys are well aware. So it's just imperative that we be in the mix, and it's imperative that our kids get this information because they may not think it's important now, but they will thank you until their dying day and their kids' dying day. Thank God I got into the golf early. I know me, Siff, he's from royalty, golf royalty, but I didn't get into the game until I was in my 30s. I'm in my 50s now.
That's the point. You just made it. We're finding adults that are saying, I didn't get into golf like myself until the 30s or 40s. Well, by that time, you're not going to be a professional golfer. Okay. But then you want your kids to be involved in golf, but our parents and our supporters are basically first generation golf parents. We don't know a lot about the golf world, the circle, what tournaments to participate in, where you should go for lessons, the equipment, the rules. So what we've been trying to do as the T Divas and T Dudes is be a bridge. If your child is getting lessons somewhere outside their neighborhood, then they come back home. Who do they play with? Who are they learning from? That became our goal, that we can help our kids by inviting them to our monthly play dates. We have player development for our adults. So we invited the juniors to participate in player development. And that's where we met Sela and Alyssa. And Alyssa is one of our great stories because when she first started, we laugh about it. We played a par 3 18-hole golf course. She walked the first 9 holes and she said, I'm tired. Can I get in the cart with Missy Lois? And we're like, we're old people. We have 9 more holes to walk. Well, that girl from that point in time is now on a high school golf team, and she can walk 18 holes or 27 holes in a day. And she plays great golf. She's learning a lot about it, but Sela will tell you it's still very expensive. And that's where we said, what can we do to help our kids? Entry fees for a 2-day tournament, you guys know, could be $200 or more dollars. That's not counting. Now you have to get a hotel room because it's over 60 miles away to that golf event. And who wants to drive back and forth, to home and then get your child back up? So who pays for that? Who helps the parents pay for that? The additional food, the lessons, the things that go along with it. So we're trying to help by paying the entry fees. Parents can get their kid there. We're going to help make sure the door is open for them. I'll let Sela go ahead.
Well, just like Ms. Jimmy said, I'm a first generation golf. My daughter is a first generation golfer in our family. She said she wanted to play golf. I don't know where she got it from. at like 5. But
Nice.
I'm one of those parents where I'm trying to give her everything that I can. And luckily, we met Miss Jenny and some other of the T Diva ladies at the LPGA tournament. And they kind of just welcomed her in, and just getting information is one of the main things that I really appreciate from them, because like I said, I don't know this route here. And they have multiple things where they, like they said, they invite Alyssa out for player development, so she has someone to play with, because riding in the car playing, you know, that's not very much fun for her. And so they've done so much as far as helping her out with like just getting in PGA Junior League. She got to the Girls Golf Leadership Academy. All those were things that was introduced to us by the T Divas and T Dudes that I knew nothing about until until recently. So they are really doing a lot of work, and I see more and more kids. It's like they're just recruiting. They're just grabbing the kids up off the golf courses. So, and it's really good, because then she has other kids that look like her, that she has the opportunity to play with like throughout the week and make friends. Now that they're all friends and talking to each other on the phone and all that good stuff. So it's really a great organization.
Thank you for that, and hearing from the parent that's actually going through it, because what's funny is you don't know where she got the idea from, but when she brought it to you, you was ready to move. That's dope. But that's dope, because a lot of parents ain't even ready to move. You was ready to move. Like, golf, I don't know anything about it, but let's move and make it happen. And those friends she's talking to and those circles she's running in is going to serve her a lifetime. Oh my goodness, it's going to serve her a lifetime. So heads up, Mom. Thank you for listening and taking your daughter's keys and driving her to the finish line. Tricia and Sif, I've been running my mouth. I'm gonna let you dive in, because I know this is a great topic, and we go through this topic all the time. So Trish, you're back. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'll be back, but no. So welcome everybody. Sorry for the little disruption, but we love we love this youth golf. I got a little grandson. I mean, he's real young, but Mom. So I'm looking, and then obviously Jenny. I'm telling you, I feel like just listening to everybody and listening to all those that are in the youth group, like you got to start them early, right? So, I mean, how early is too early, or how early should we get them started, and what does that look like?
I work with the organization, the Inland Golf Academy, and Greg Prater starts at 22 months. If the kid is walking, can hold a golf club, and the parents are willing to sit there and tee up the golf ball, what they work on is the swing, the movement, and it becomes repetition, it becomes consistent, and they don't deviate once you learn the correct fundamentals. We had a PGA Junior League tournament this past Saturday at Green River Golf Club, and we had the young tots out there. So we had a 3.5-year-old versus a 3-year-old, and I'm telling you, they were swinging the club like they were professionals. They were holding their pose, their form. Everyone was amazed. But when you can get a kid interested in golf at a young age, they're not going to walk away from it. And as we know, golf is an $84 billion industry. We don't need to fight over a sliver of the pie when we can go out and get slices for ourselves. Not everyone is going to be the next Tiger Woods, but you can be in charge of Nike. You can be working with the Jordan brand. You can be a psychiatrist, psychologist, working with sports figures, a sports agent for golfers. There's a lot of things that go on with the golf world that you can make money with and have a great life if you're involved in it and you can speak the language of golf. So that's what we're teaching our kids. Some of our kids are recreational golfers, and that's great. Some of them are advanced, and I think you kind of said it, you may have a 15, 10 handicap, And then we have those that are elite level. It's like that +3, +2. And we're like, we can't even count that low and go 68, 69. But those kids at age 12, college coaches are looking at kids at that young age. So if you're waiting for your kid to get started at 10 and there's a 12-year-old that's already shooting par or better, your kid is already behind.
Wow.
So when you wonder where are the kids or the adults on the PGA and the LPGA, you know, we can't start late. We need to start early. And I'm thinking within 5 years, you're going to see more of our people on those professional tours, because people, our parents and supporters are getting the message. Yes, we had a great summer. March with the Mac Champ Invitational, we sent 6 kids and we paid the entry fees and we did other things to help them get there to Houston, Texas. Then came around and, you know, that Steph Curry, he stepped up. He paid for numerous kids to go and play in his tournament. And that meant the dad or the parent and the junior, all expenses paid. Your airfare, your hotel. The kids received so much stuff in the mail, that swag, you know, they were amazed and they felt loved and wanted, and they wanted to play better. And that's what he developed by having his series of tournaments. So we're hoping someone else will step up and decide, we want to do what Steph did. So, you know, we're just waiting on LeBron in Los Angeles. We're here for you, baby. You can have your own 60 kids.
Yeah.
That's right.
To piggyback on that real quick, why is it that we always ask about the fact of how young is too young when we have gymnasts that go out and they start at such a young age participating with gymnastics? Or in my case, so many years ago, I started football at 5 years old, full contact. You know, if you want your child to participate, just put your child in a program if you can find a program that's suitable. I don't think there's necessarily any particular starting age per se, as far as being too young. If that's what you want them to do, they do it all the time. They put a tennis racket in somebody's hand at an early age, but then we say, well, how young is too young? Everybody's not going to pick it up and run with it, but you may get the next Tiger Woods, you may not, but you got to try. Tiger was on one of these talk shows putting around at 4 or 5 years old. So why are we asking this question? You know, not saying you just ask, you just come.
Well, you ask because you don't know. You don't know what it is. So
you know,
for those that don't know.
A parent by parent thing. Also, we have to bring more awareness and try to figure out a way to make it cool for our community, because that's a large part of the problem. We also have to let it be known that you can actually get scholarships from golf. And it helps now that a lot of the HBCUs are starting to add golf programs to their athletics department. So you actually have something to play for if you invest in the time into golf and not worry about going to the PWIs and not go get a scholarship there. But you can get a scholarship there as well. You know, we have to figure out a way to say, hey, it's not football, it's not basketball, but you know what? It's exciting. And you can get some damn good jobs, you know, once you get out of college working for, you know, Titleist or Callaway or someone. So
definitely. I'm going to bring in Sif. Sif.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, I apologize. It's a beautiful night here in North Carolina, so I'm outside. So that's why you heard the sirens. They're not coming, but I'm on the outside. But I'm as Chris stated, you know, I'm a football guy too. So I play football. I didn't get involved in the game of golf until, you know, probably early 30s, and you know, I took off with it. And so, you know, the thing is Chris is right in terms of, think about how many times we've had your dad goes to play softball and you jump in the car and you go with him, and you're not playing softball, but you're sitting there observing the game. And so I think mental reps is just as much as important as the physical reps, especially as a tot. And so now when you have kids with great minds, they tend to learn how to mimic. And so I saw a kid, a couple of weeks ago, two-year-old, 3-year-old kid, they had him on a golf course and he was just swinging away.
Did he freeze?
Sure,
He
down the
froze
road.
again.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead, Jenny. I'm sorry.
No, I said you're making a good point, but if we're not exposed to golf as adults, how do I expose my child or my grandchild to golf? I don't know anything about it. We don't even know where to go to really get lessons. And a lot of instructors will tell you, well, we take your kid at age 7 or 8. We know that some of the tournaments have shifted and they'll take kids as young as 5 for tournaments with a caddy, but they're expecting that child to know how to play golf.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jenny, I will say this: there's a lot of golf platforms and golf spaces like the BGA, the association. Again, the ultimate question is: are those guys going to make the sacrifice?
They're frozen.
Those guys in those 30,000, 40,000 people, are they going to make the sacrifice for their daughter or their son to tag along and come along and catch the mental reps? A lot of them won't, because they want to be with their guys. They want to be in the local skiing games. So those are the guys that I'm speaking to. We've got a influx of people, a large body of people in all these golf spaces, but will they make the sacrifice to say, come on, little Johnny, come on along with me and watch what I'm doing?
Yeah, some will, some won't. We know that for sure, unfortunately. I think, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, how do we grow the pool? How do, as we're communicators and we're podcasts and you guys are a junior foundation, how do we make it cool or get the word out, not to the golf sphere, to the non-golf sphere that doesn't know anything about golf, and we need to make it important for it, because I just believe we're running out of kids. I think the participation. No, you don't think we're running out of kids that want to play golf? No. Oh, well, speak on it. There you go. Tell me
Oh,
something.
There are
no.
a
Tell
lot
me
of kids.
something.
There are a lot of kids who want to play golf.
Okay.
They just don't know where to go to play.
I think that's the
And
big
what we've
thing.
been doing as the T Divas and T Dudes is reaching out to the programs that are receiving the money from, like the First Tee, our local association, SCGA, and we've been asking them, bring programs into the neighborhood. We shouldn't have to keep driving 40 miles away to get lessons. Bring them to the neighborhood.
Definitely. Now, how come we don't have a First Tee in the neighborhood? I was born and raised in Crenshaw and Slauson since 1968. How come we
You know
don't have
why?
any First Tee in South Central?
We've had it. It collapsed.
Okay. Why
It
did
has
it collapse?
come back. They're trying to build it up.
Who's
But
they?
again, you need to ask who was on their board, who was communicating to our community members about their program. And that's what we keep telling them. If you have a program, let us know what you do. We will bring the kids to the program. Put the program in our neighborhood. We got the kids.
Nice, nice. So you say it's back, or is it funding back, or is it back, or we're starting from scratch again? And because you say there's a lot of kids, and you say there's kids that want to play golf, but they don't have the opportunity because they're gonna have to drive. We was just talking about, even if it's 20 miles, it might take 2 hours because it's LA traffic. So it's better to be around the corner and drive 20 minutes or 15 minutes to Chester or Maggie or even Westchester to do your golf lessons and play your golf. But the resources are not there, and they're outside of our community. Is that one of the roadblocks or problems?
When the first tee collapsed, there was 2 years, there was really no junior program in South Los Angeles. There were individual instructors, but no program that could teach group lessons at a price that we could pay for. But now that they are back, they offer lessons at Victoria Park and also at Rancho. That's where you'll find the First Tee program. SCGA is starting junior golf on Sundays at Maggie Hathaway. Again, we ask them, bring your programming to our neighborhood instead of us driving over to Norwalk, which is about the 30 miles away on the 105 freeway in traffic. Great facility, but it was a little bit too far in traffic. You're going to miss part of the lesson. So now we have lessons for that 5-year-old, yes, 5 years old, in our neighborhood on Sunday mornings.
Oh, nice. Because Victoria's Carson, so that's what, 35, 40 minutes away. And where's Rancho? That's off Olympic.
Pico.
That's 45 minutes away. That's 45 minutes away. That's Century City. That's far. That's next to the exclusive, right next door to the exclusive Jewish country club that used to let black people play in the 60s. Sifford used to play there and got into many the LA Opens there, and that's far. We're gonna have to keep it 100. Rancho is pretty far. Carson is pretty far as South Central concerns. But you said they're going to Maggie, so that's a blessing. So you can't be mad at
SCGA at Maggie's. SCGA has been a very good partner with us. Okay. And October 23rd, we're working with SCGA to do a college golf seminar. We want our kids from freshmen all the way up to seniors to understand what scholarships are available. How do you get approached, or how do you get recruited by a college golf coach? What is he looking for? What do you need to offer? Yes, there's elite level Division I, but there's Division II, III. There's other groups of schools that are out there that, just like Chris said, HBCUs, they're looking for kids that play good golf. One of our problems became our kids in the community aren't nationally ranked because you didn't play enough for those $300 tournaments. So they don't know that you can play and shoot par or better. How do you get your name out there? So that's what we're working on with our partners, with the APGA and Cameron Champ Foundation, identifying kids and making sure that they're giving the correct information and resources so they can move on to become elite level junior golfers.
Nice. And that's what
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because we've had HBCUs on the show and they need golfers. And I used to, and when we first started doing the show last year, we couldn't believe that it's scholarships on the table just sitting there. They got to go to Portugal. They going to Spain. I wish I could laugh, but they in Spain getting these people scholarship because they just really said, first of all, they don't have the money to go recruit. So it's a two-edged sword. So it's hard to tell the HBCUs to go look in the crevices of South Central to find great golfers. And it's hard for us to be like, parents, you should be looking in the crevices of every HBCU. It's got to be a bridge. It's got. I think Trish got a solution and a guy that does some good work to bring people together and to have, like, you know, what is it? The AGGA has the scoreboard guy, and that's how you get rankings. But Trish works with a guy and knows a guy that does similar things around our people for because we
Darren Harrell.
Darren Harrell, because we've talked to the HBCU coaches, and they all say, send me scores, real scores. And that's all they need. Send me some scores, send me a quick video of you swinging, and you're good to go. If you send me real scores and you send me a video, we might can do something. So, I mean, I think it's just bridges that need to be built to bridge all these people together and have communication, because you're right. funding plays a huge role in communication and the recruitment. They just don't have the recruitment. Some of them are just in their first year bringing programs back that's been gone 20 years. We was talking about Tim O'Neill played his first senior tour. He played at Jackson State, where Dion is, where Jackson State don't even have a golf team anymore.
That's right, they don't.
But I was like, Dion, spread some of that magic and bring a golf back to Jackson like you did football. Trish.
Yeah. No, so I want to ask Ms. Davis. So I met them in Cali at the Society 61 golf tournament. I don't know if you remember, but I met the both of them, and it was just so amazing to see them out there. So my question is, so for instance, say I have somebody that wants to offer a scholarship, and I'm asking mom, anybody can chime in. Somebody wants to offer a scholarship. What would help the most? Like, so providing balls, providing equipment, providing for travel. Like, what would a scholarship look like over like a 4-year, 5-year basis? Because to me, if you take away the equipment, the financial pieces of, the tournaments, logistics, it allows the child to be able to just focus and hone in on their skills. And I'm sure it takes a lot of pressure off. So if there was a scholarship out there that would really help, what would that look like?
I think at the level where Alyssa is now, I would say it would have to be like tournament costs and travel. We've done a lot of traveling this summer, and she just started doing like 18-hole tournaments at the beginning of this year. And so I'm trying to get her out there so she can get used to the playing the whole 18 holes and competing with other kids who have been doing this for a while. And so but the cost of those things can be great. Say she's played in tournaments that's literally a 2-hour drive. It's a two-hour tournament. A 2-day tournament. So driving her out there and driving her back each day would kind of defeat the purpose, because I can't expect her to play great golf if I'm driving her 2 hours out there. She has like an 8 o'clock in the morning tee time. She needs to get there 2 hours early so she can warm up properly. And not just finding a hotel room that's out there, the cost that's out close to there, so she can get decent rest that night in between, or maybe the night before, planning it out right, and then coming back home. So those things have been a great cost for us at where she is right now. I would assume for other kids, equipment. She got her first set of fitted clubs this year. Also, we've done a lot this year. We're making the push. We're like,
all right, let's go. Let's get that up there.
She grew really tall, so I was trying to wait till she stopped growing to invest in the fitted clubs. And so that is a investment. The fitted clubs, and she goes to school with girls who they get fitted clubs frequently. She can't get fitted clubs every 6 months. And so, things like that. She's been fortunate. Like I said, we've been able to do things for her, and the T Divas and T Dudes have been there supporting her, and so we've been fortunate. But everyone doesn't have a program as great as theirs. I try to tell every kid that I know that she comes across, and I'm like, you need to get in touch with this lady. Her name's Jenny Bethune. I'm not trying to keep it to myself. I'm trying to spread the word, but they have been a blessing to us as far as everything. Like I said, we don't know. We come from no golf knowledge. That 2-day tournament thing, I didn't know until this year that's how she gets ranked. That she needs to play in 2-day tournaments. She has to play in like 4 of them or something like that. You know what I mean? Things like that.
It's crucial.
I don't know. So
I have a follow-up question. You say at her level, and I think this is important to differentiate. So at her level, she needs travel expenses because she's already been fitted and she's getting ready to play the 18 2-day tournaments to get some of those good scoreboard points so she can be ranked and maybe colleges look at her. Yes. Before that, what level was she on and what was she shooting before she was kind of where she is now? And just
where she is now is probably like low to mid 80s. One of our goals for the summer was we wanted to break 80. We didn't quite get there, but we're gonna we're still pushing. She's working hard. She's working hard and just getting used to that. So prior to that, she was like just high 80s. We're at the point now where we're just trying to get as far as like nutrition and things like that. She doesn't, like you said, all of those are things that she needs to learn about is nutrition. And it's kind of hard. Like if I send her out with a bag of things that I need for her to eat, and then she comes back with that same bag and maybe took like 3 sips of water and an entire 18 holes in 5 hours ago. Things like that. It's like I know you don't feel like you needed to eat that food. However, it's hot, you're dehydrated, you're thinking, your thought process, things like that all can get affected. So, we're before this, we were kind of like, okay, I just want you to get out there and get the experience being out there. Don't worry about what you're shooting. Just get out there and play. And so she was like in the high 80s, low 90s, but we're working going in the right direction. So
yes, they're going in the right direction. What she's not telling you about is that they have to pay for the instructor, they have to pay for the physical trainer, they have to pay for their mental coach. And then that's along with all the entry fees. And then, like you said, a hotel room, there are expenses. Now let's talk about golf shoes. The juniors have to walk. They're walking, if they're playing 9 holes or 18 holes, let's say they do it 5 days a week. They are going through those shoes just like that. So that's why we keep trying to tell people, oh, well, golf is just not like football or basketball where you can have one basketball. Well, no, I need a set of golf clubs that fit me. Well, now I'm so strong because I've been working out. I need better shafts. I can keep the heads, but I need the shafts to be replaced because I'm too strong for them now. Those little things, nobody was telling us about that stuff. And then we're saying golf balls, premium golf balls, make a difference for our kids when you're out there playing. You don't want to have a hard, I'm not going to say a name, but a hard ball that's very durable, but it's not going to do anything around the green.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. You're not going to get no spin.
So I have a follow-up question. So Chris, Jenny, any of y'all. So approximate number. What does that number look like in a year for one youth golfer? Nonetheless, those that have like 2 kids in their family that's both playing golf. But what does that number look like a year?
And level of golfer. Do you spend the same on some, break it down into the level of golfer and yearly costs? Because I think those numbers
Jenny,
are
you spend more time with the juniors than we do.
Yes. But let me just throw this in there before she says it. We have a family that has 7 kids and 6 of them play golf.
Oh,
he's right.
Okay,
every time
Jenny,
I think about what I have to pay for her, and I'm like, oh, there's 7 of them.
break it down, Jenny, for one golfer for the year.
just approximate.
Minimum 10,000.
Okay.
And I think that would be somewhat towards the higher level if they do 4 or 5 of the 2-day tournaments, and then we help pay for the hotel and try and keep their equipment, updated, and providing, the shoes and the premium golf balls.
That's why I feel like it's so imperative to have the 501c3 so you can go out there and attack Callaway and Titleist and say, hey, we got the golfers in the community. We need support. You're going to go out and give money away to these other programs, then you need to give money to the programs that here. We got to have kids that's definitely interested and we want to grow the sport in the community. So give us $5,000-$10,000 so we can put it towards helping out with the juniors.
And I want to make one more point that you said it. When we're looking at a lot of the HBCUs, they understand our kids may not be nationally ranked, but they're saying, show me those golf scores. Well, to get the golf scores, you got to be in a tournament. So we started working with SCGA, put on some tournaments for our kids. We want our kids to have priority registration because that was another issue. If the registration opened at 8 o'clock, by 8:15, it was field.
Wow.
We didn't have the credit card for the 225 to be able to sit there and be ready. And if you have more than one child that's playing golf at the same age, because we have one parent that has a set of twins that are 17 and a 15-year-old. So, you know, that's 3 kids that he's trying to pay for. But the one-day tournaments, those 18-hole tournaments with a quality field, they make a difference so that a coach can say, hey, I see that you're working at it. But the 2-day tournaments show the college coach, hey, I can recruit you and know that you can go low and you can keep going low on that second day. So we're caught up in a bind where we have a senior in high school that's disappointed that no one's looking at me, no one's asking about me, but I play good golf. But then the other recruiter, not Darren, but the other recruiter says, well, you don't have any record. You don't have any tournaments on your resume. You know, your golf, you need to play a lot more. Well, he's already a senior in high school. But we're saying we don't need to go that route. We can go a different route. That's why what Steph Curry did was so important. He gave our kids access to playing golf courses that they would have never seen before, that they were highlighted so that college coaches could see them and say, wait a minute, I don't know about this kid. Let me look at their Instagram, because that is the newspaper of the day, and let me see their swings. Let me follow them a little bit more. Let me find out more about them. When we were in San Francisco for the final of the Steph Curry Cup, one of the 12-year-olds was followed by a Stanford golf coach. There were other golf coaches out there because it was a big tournament and they wanted to see these kids. Those are the kind of opportunities that if someone just didn't give us the money, but say, you know what, we're going to sponsor a tournament and we're going to make sure that we can get the kids to the tournament. We'll pay the airfare. We'll provide the hotel rooms. We'll send kids that are ready to play. That's what we're doing. We're getting our kids ready, but we want the opportunities that you guys have access to.
Okay.
I do have a question, Manny, just from that. So the Steph Curry, tournaments that they're having, the underrated, and then we have like the Mac Champ Invitationals, whatnot. So like, are the Steph Curry, because like I love the Steph Curry, because what happens is you have a cool basketball player that kids love, and he plays golf too. So that opens it up for our youth. Now, my question is, are his tournaments, are they ranked? Are they ranked now? I mean, I don't know.
No,
are they ranked now?
No.
So,
the parents and the organizers, they did not apply for junior golf scoreboard ranking.
So what
even though they
when,
did play 2-day tournaments because of the yardage that they used.
Yeah. But what happens when, so say you have a Steph Curry event, a Curry underrated event, and then you have like an exemption that you've received through like the Mac Champ Invitational or something. Like, how does a child decide? Is that a parent's decision? Do they make that call? Like, what do you do in that opportunity, in that situation?
Well, you mean if they receive an exemption to go play in a big tournament?
Yeah, in a big tournament, but then it's also probably correlating at the same time as an underrated event.
Yes. Some of the parents made decisions not to go and play in the underrated events because they were really working on the junior golf scoreboard type tournaments. Other parents decided to go with the Steph Curry events because they wanted their kids to have an opportunity to be seen, to be supported, and to play these great golf courses.
What's the objective?
Let me do a follow-up. I need to do a follow-up. So with the Mac Champ and the underrated events, and you just said we need 2-day tournaments so our kids could be ranked so they can find, so coaches can find them. What does it take for those tournaments to be ranked for the junior golf?
The Mac Champ tournament is the junior golf scoreboard is ranked.
Okay, that's one.
It is.
And then underrated
Yeah.
is just new, and then it will be ranked, or explain that.
I can't answer the question for them, but I'm just saying at this particular time, this season, they did not go with the junior golf scoreboard.
Okay. I think that would be a good thing. I think if they, again, now like we said, they're taking care of the expenses, they're taking care of the travels for the parent, the kid, and giving them, equipment and stuff. It'd just be really nice if they could do something like that. Or maybe their tournament is a ranked tournament where it leads them to playing into a MAC Champ Invitational, the best of the best out of those events. Just a thought of mine. I don't know.
I understand. I think we kind of get into it with the professionals. We have exhibition tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on now with the other group. What's what we say exhibition versus the other tournaments that are being hosted by the PGA, but they still serve a purpose of getting the kids out there to be seen.
Opportunity.
AJGA, that's your ranked tournaments that all the kids try to get into. In Southern California, it's the Toyota Tour Cup. That is our elite level for Southern California. We have kids who will come from Arizona, Nevada to play in the Southern California tournaments because our strength of field, the competition is so strong that if you do well, even if you don't win, but you're a top 10, you're going to move up on the ranking. So again, we're trying to prepare our kids to be able to participate in a Toyota Tour Cup, qualify, make those tournaments, and then get those ranking points.
Love it. Love it.
Do we have anybody close?
Yes, we do. We do.
Cool.
Yes. Corey Patterson, he is currently at Pebble Beach. He's going to be playing with the First Tee, representing the First Tee Greater Pasadena area, and he'll be out there this weekend. He's a senior in high school, and he's another one with one of those single-digit handicaps, and he plays a good game of golf. But again, his parents would say the same thing. We need financial support. He's an only child, and they do invest in their child. But it's very expensive still playing a 2-day tournament, and someone saying, can you pay $225 right now? And you still got to do the hotel room, and we still got to pay for practice rounds. Let's put that into the mix too. The practice rounds. We find out from a lot of the golf courses in our area, Southern California, where there's no real junior discount. So you're paying the same thing that the adult person paid for.
Are y'all connected with Youth on Course? Do y'all have Youth on Course in your area?
Yes, through SCGA, we get the discount. But some of the golf courses, like I said, if it's a tournament, they don't offer anything. And if you're just going out there in the middle, late afternoon, evening time, yes, the $5 discount will come in play. So on Friday nights, we have Friday night flights. Our local golf course, Chester, Washington, Manny, you know that, home of Charlie Sifford. We do Friday night flights starting at 5 o'clock, and Gary Patterson, Corey's dad, coordinates the group of kids being able to go out and play a fast 9 holes of golf. The more golf you play in a tournament type situation, the better you get when you're in a big tournament. We're seeing that our kids are doing so much better because we're being exposed to more tournaments or tournament conditions. Even if you only have one good hole and you learn to control your breathing and you called your shot and said, I'm going to put the ball on the green on the right quadrant, and you did that, and it didn't matter about the other holes, but you accomplished something. So now you take that same accomplishment when you're playing in a tournament with people who don't look like you, who are not talking to you, but they're out to beat you, and you can do it better.
Nice. I have one quick follow-up. As far as greens and green speeds, I've heard that's been not a problem, but our kids are not just accustomed to 12s and 13s, even in the college level. In the HBCUs, they found that as a problem. We was talking to Fame U coach or past coach on the show last year, and he was like, we were seeing greens that even our college kids were scared to putt. How are we going to help our kids understand or be able to practice on those type of conditions, or can we?
I think it's important that we expose our kids to better golf courses. And that takes all of us working together and saying, okay, I'll pay for that kid for that practice round, that's $65. And we set up these little mini tournaments where you may have 8 or 12 kids playing, but they're playing a golf course in our area. It's Tuckwit Morongo Golf Course. And on October 15th and 16th, the top 90 kids, boys and girls, will be playing at that golf course. That's when I was saying for the girls, by 8:15, the tournament was filled. Within 2 hours, the boys' flight was filled. It was just that difficult to get in. One of our other kids is on a wait list, hoping he gets in. But the ones who did, like Corey Patterson, Charles Watts, we said, we're going to take you to that golf course before the tournament. And we're going to go over with some of our adult guys that can shoot single digit, golf. And they're going to play with you and give you some tips and help you. Because you need to learn course management, and you need to learn the difference between the different type of grasses. Kakua, let me tell you, that's some tough stuff. No matter where you are, it's tough. And, the grass that we have on our greens, Poana versus Bermuda, our kids need to know the difference.
Nah, it's true. That you make a great point. And I don't think people think like, hey, our juniors that are actually competing in these big events, it wouldn't take nothing for us. You know what? I'm gonna talk to you, Jenny, because I have I run a golf league also, and I want to see about, because we play Tuckwet, we play Oak Valley across the street where the LPGA qualifiers are. We play that right across the street, and it's about $65. But it would be nice that we partner. I think, and I'm going off the dome, but some of our leagues need to take a greater responsibility with our juniors also. And it wouldn't be nothing that when I schedule my tournaments for my league, I can schedule 10 more and somehow get some monies so our juniors can play somewhere when we go to our good courses, like a Oak Valley. We're playing Mission Hills next week for our championship. Goose Creek, we play. They're not really too great on league tournaments, but Goose Creek, we play it, just pickups. But yeah, that's the Ochoa Lee. I don't know if she's still there to teaching her thing, but yeah.
But see, you just said it. Tricia was saying how much money. We're saying we don't really need the money, but we need the partnerships.
Yeah.
That's how the money comes in. If you say, hey, I'll sponsor 4 kids when we have our tournament and they can come out and play, you've already put into the pot for the money. If you're saying, hey, I have gift certificates, for Dick's to get golf shoes for kids, we can pass those out to the kids. If you're playing well, you got good grades, that's the money coming in. But it doesn't look like that cash somebody have to write a check for, even though we do appreciate the big check.
Yeah.
One thing too, I'd like to add that when we are working with our juniors, we're working with them off the golf course too, in terms of presentation. And Sela and I have talked about this even in terms of Alyssa. Alyssa is very quiet and kind of shy. And my anticipation is that Alyssa is going to find herself in a position where somebody's going to have a microphone, sticking it in her face and asking her for an interview because she's going to be so outstanding. Well, we want her to feel comfortable with that. Our kids don't get many opportunities to talk to adults and talk in a way that they are comfortable and not looking down and sweating it out and whatever. Even as adults, we're like that. So when we were having our club meetings in person during Black History Month, we had our kids do research on golf history, and they had to do presentations in front of the audience. And then we did constructive criticism and told them you weren't loud enough. The person in the back couldn't hear you. So these are the kind of things too that we want to prepare them for when they become that, whatever they're going to become, that they're comfortable when they are around adults and when they are put in a position where they have to talk about and describe something that they're not used to doing. So we give them those opportunities.
I will say this. Our conversation tonight just proves that some of us, we got some work to do, because you guys are doing the work. You guys are making opportunities for these juniors. And, you've made some great points. Just shoes, gift cards. Take some of the elite juniors with you and be like, come on, we're going to play Oak Valley. We about to play Tuckwater. We about to go and play in Palm Springs. Some of us got club court memberships. We can go play the A&A anytime. Come on, let's bring 4 juniors and get on those 12 stimp meter greens and just come on out, So I think I'm definitely going to try and do some more partnership with our league and some of our juniors at different levels to bring them out to better courses and pair them up with some of our 4 and 5 and some 2 handicap players. I'm not one of those, but I have some in my league that are. And it's a lot we can do, Jenny, and all of you guys has just proved again that it's a lot we can do. That's not a lot for us to do that will greatly help the cause of junior golf. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to let Sif get some parting words. I'm going to let Trish get some parting words. I've talked enough, and then I'm going to let all of you guys from the show give your last parting words for your foundation and your mission. Sif, you start off.
Hey, first of all, I appreciate you guys coming on. It's a pleasure to finally meet you guys in person. And I apologize for the technical difficulty on my end. But to the young lady, Little Miss Davis, just make sure you stay focused. You deserve to be there. It seems as though that you have a great surrounding supporting cats. And just like the young lady, the administrator, I don't want to mispronounce your name, Elois.
That's correct.
Elois.
Okay, Elois. Elois makes a great point. In this game, you're going to be put in a position where you're going to have to articulate and disseminate thought. And that's going to be very important. And the thing is with that could potentially take you farther than swinging those clubs. Swinging those clubs is going to take you a long way, but the way that you present and people know that you have a strong foundation, that can take you a lot farther. And it seems as though that your mom is very supportive, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best.
Let's get that. Thanks, Chris. Miss Clark Grofflight, parting words.
Parting words. Thank y'all again so much for coming on. We're definitely going to have you come back on because, again, this is an ongoing topic. That's why we have Miss Davis on here, because we want them to see we have youth golfers out here, and it is cool, and you can do it. Mom, thank you for all being so supportive and being out there with her, because sometimes you see the kids out there and they're out there doing their thing on their own. So it's really great to see the parents out there, see you out there doing the thing with them. Jenny, Lois, Chris. Sorry, I missed in the beginning. I do have one question, and y'all probably already answered it. Do y'all get the monies that they have out there that's been allocated through the PGA to help like the grassroots programs and nonprofits? Are y'all getting into that money?
Yes. With our partnership, the SCGA.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Oh, good.
Good. And I probably missed that. That's awesome.
No, we didn't. You didn't ask. That was a great question, because I was going to ask that, and I'm glad some of it is trickling down. At least I know it's in good hands.
Yeah.
So a little bit of it is trickling down to you guys. Thank God.
Absolutely. All right. And then the last thing I had, and it's off topic, but for all of you and all those that are like watching, let's make sure that we root Mr. Tim O'Neill on. He got an exemption into the Champions Tour this week, and he's also at Pebble Beach this week. So let's make sure we put prayers out. We just wish him well wishes, and that's it. Thank y'all for coming on.
Thank you for
Okay,
having us.
you guys get the last words. Anybody wants to have some last words before we sign off?
I just want to say I want that applause track so I can have it whenever I have my great ideas and there's nobody around to support me. I can turn on that.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you ain't gonna clap for me, I'm gonna clap for myself. Let's go.
Right.
Jenny.
You know what? I want to thank you guys for, having us on and listening and, talking junior golf. This is our future. This is our legacy. And the more that we can do to support these kids and identify the ones who really want to get into that elite level, providing support, it's going to make a difference. Not now, but we'll see it because it's like compound interest. You don't see it at first, but if you make those small investments, they start to add up. And you're going to see more of our TEEDIVADUDE juniors out there in the future.
Nice. Let's get that
Love
up.
it.
Mr. Chris, talk to us about that money, man. Let's hear something.
Hey, man, I thank you guys for having us on. Definitely, this is just one step in the process of bringing more awareness to the community. And hey, man, we got to go and get the money because it seems like there's an economic gap between what we try to do and what those other people try to do. And our parents, such as Sheila, they need our support as well as other parents. And that's how we're going to get them there. And in a few years, we'll see that success on that compound.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, mom and daughter, get the last word because this is what we're fighting for. Last words.
I just want to say thank you. You want to say something?
Thank you for having us.
She had a golf match today. She just came in, so she.
Oh, okay. All right, we ain't gonna wear you out. Today. She's fresh from the battlefield.
Right?
Battlefield. We ain't gonna wear you out.
I just want to thank you guys for having us on, especially to bring some awareness to junior golf because like it's getting the better she gets, the more challenging it gets, and so. The T-Divas and T-Dudes, they have done outstanding. Like Miss Eloa said, all the added things that they do from making the kids write out personal statements for like scholarship preparation and going over things like that and scholarship group chats and things like that they have for us. It's just an outstanding organization and we love being a part of it. So thank you for finding us at that LPGA tournament 4 years ago. And yeah, nice. we're just working hard. We're just working hard. So.
That's right.
Hey, Manny,
yeah.
One thing. I know someone spoke to about HBCUs, and HBCUs are very, very important. And young lady, don't think that Division II, Division III is less than a Division I. They have more resources and things of that nature. But I got some guys here in my backyard at Livingstone College that will give you smoke. Division II, and they will give any Division I player the smoke in the business. So the levels, we see great golfers who have come from Division III programs. It's just about putting in the work, mastering your skill set, and everything else will take care of itself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're gonna have to end because we are over an hour, and but. Guess what? It's our show, so they can come back anytime they want. I had to have Jenny on because, I saw the travel miles during the summer. I seen it with my own eyes. From the underrated to the MAC to Hawaii. And
PGA Junior League.
Yeah. And
I wasn't playing golf. I'm watching juniors play golf.
Exactly. So, when I see that and I see people put in that work and they've actually doing the travel miles and actually doing it, we want to hear from them because like you said,
absolutely,
that's the future. We out.
Can I ask one thing of you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Stay on those HBCUs. I just heard that Prairie View lost their coach. He just got there. Mike Rice is gone again.
Yeah,
We got kids that are in a program and they need it. We need kids to get recruited. We need a steady coach at these locations.
and you know what, Jenny, you that's 100% facts, because the some of the ADs don't respect the game. They don't think it's important. Whereas that's your alumni. You're gonna get far more alumni money from your golfers than you will ever get from your English majors. And I'm just keeping it 100. And are your band, are your football, are your basketball at your HBCUs. Your golfers that play golf is going to go into the world, and they may not be professional golfers, but they're going to be professional businessmen, professional leaders, and those are the ones that's going to garner that corporate money, because they're the CEO or the CFO, and bring that money back to your school. They just having short vision right now, because it's not a moneymaker for the school. But you have to seed to gain and sow.
But we got to do better though.
Huh?
We have to do better collectively if within our groups. Just like when we went to Wilberforce up in Ohio, and we were able to raise $30,000 for the program. See so we have to do our part. I mean,
exactly.
We've got a platform of 40,000 people in groups, and no one's willing to make that sacrifice. Like you guys know, I send a monthly contribution to a golfer every month, and and I know it's not a lot, but it's something. And if all of us took that adage, man, just think about you 40,000 people at $100 a month, the problem is solved.
That's true. That's some good bread. That can definitely help fund the program. But the people that's in power at these HBCUs, it don't matter how much money we send them if they don't think it's important. And that's just facts. They have to feel that it's important. They have to understand that the program, that we sending them money and they do a piece of crap program so they can funnel some of the other money to the band or the football, don't help us. So they have to have the love for the game to understand it's important for the university and for these kids too. We just got to do a better job in making them understand that these golf programs in the HB, our kids got to have places to go and play. You're asking them and their parents to invest thousands and thousands of dollars every year, and you're not even gonna have a place for them to actually grow and get a college education and play golf. That's a shame.
Yeah.
And it's got to be done better.
Well, keep shining a light. But if anybody has any extra dollars, pennies, bills, T-Divas and T-Dudes, we do have a foundation, 501c3. We're a nonprofit. We'll take any donation.
Nice. Go on the website, and they have a donation pot. Maybe I'll put it in the link too. I'll get the link from your website and put the donation pot. So somebody goes in our website, our YouTube, they can click the link and send you guys some donations. You heard it from them first. You heard them for an hour. They put in the work. Send some bread, send some money. Going to a good place. Definitely. All right. I guess we are out this time. We are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night, Alyssa.